Our world may be saved, but Golarion sure as shit isn't. It's really playing games, the Extinction Curse. I'm Graham, and I am your Game Master. Joining me is Sarah, playing Petra, the Tiefling Magus. Say hey.
Hi.
Brian, who's playing Faith, the Tiefling Monk. We got Garrett, who is playing Favian, aka Jinglepuss, the Catfolk Rogue Clown.
Hi there.
We've got Ross as Oar Shisk, the Lizard Folk Swashbuckler.
That's right. And my cat.
And a cat. Aww, it's a kitty. We've got also Ross as Marion, the Half-Elf Oracle.
Hello.
And finally, Garrett, or sorry, I did Garrett. I had Patrick. Patrick is Horatio, Marion's brother, the Half-Elf Wizard.
Bear AP. Bear AP.
Yep, it is a bear adventure path. Patrick has called it. There are bears in every single one of these wagons. So, to deal with that first, you all came to this small farming village of Aberton to put on your biggest circus show yet in the Circus of Wayward Wonders. Unfortunately, just before the show and the curtain rose, your ringmaster, Marion Thunder Stinhall, was mysteriously murdered. You put on a show, a decent, okay show considering the circumstances, and then tried to do some investigating to figure out what happened. And last time you discovered that apparently Myron, similar names. Myron is the ringmaster, not Marion. Myron was bitten several times in the legs by these poisonous vipers, and most likely that is his cause of death. The legs are all swollen up, have these puncture marks on it, and you were able to locate and disable and barbecue one of the vipers that did this to him. They were lurking underneath the stands as some animals acting kind of uncharacteristically aggressive. Then after that, you decided to investigate out back after kind of consulting with your local snake expert, Elijah, who said, these are not my snakes. These snakes really shouldn't do this. They wouldn't all attack at once like that. There's something weird's going on. So you decided to investigate because you found these little tiny rat tracks all around Myron's body and all going back into the back circus camp. Just hundreds and hundreds of little small mice tracks that kind of went out in two different directions, so you split the party. And part of you went off to the wagon of Bardolph and the Great Fortunato. The Great Fortunato, unfortunately, met an untimely end on the mean streets of Escadar a couple of months ago, leaving his trained bear companion all by him, his lonesome, who was suffering from a paw injury and recovering his wagon. You went to go investigate, and he burst down the door and started mauling you, tearing into Horatio, just doing some horrible, horrible things and extremely aggressive, but after a moment seemed to kind of snap out of it, come out of whatever fervor he was in, and realize who it was. Investigating the wagon, you found nothing else. You did take this owlbear claw, this talisman thing that can apparently be used to bolster an attack. It's a consumable item that just helps out with an attack one time. You found that and took that from the wagon, but other than that, nothing else really caught your eye. So coming back over to where you all are now, where most of the people who are not in the tent are kind of out here back by the campfire. Everyone seems to be tense and kind of consoling each other like, oh, that's something weird just happened with the bear over there, and now you guys are going to investigate the ringmaster's wagon. You found that it was locked, and because you had searched the ringmaster's body, there was no key on his body. But Favian, being the tricksy Jinglepuss that he is, found that he could unlock, and after one and then two, managed to open the door to the ringmaster's wagon. So, Favian, a couple of things happened simultaneously. You turn the knob, it's this golden knob set in a red door, and it goes and comes, opens a little bit, and then there's a as you notice that apparently from the inside, the hinges on this red door have been rusted and like corroded from the inside. And each of the hinges, barely able to support the door as it swings open, cause the entire door to fall off the hinges. It comes clattering down with a loud thud. From inside, there's a couple things you notice. First, there's kind of this warm golden light shining out as if from a torch set in here. And there is this smell, this kind of dank, musty smell that comes out, and with it comes these floating golden spores that come just floating out from the wagon, and a burst of them comes concentrated right at your face.
Oh, no.
That being the case, Fabian,
Ooh, what am I rolling?
what is your... It's an attack against you. What is your armor class?
It is 18.
18. Well, unfortunately against this, you are flat-footed, not expecting it. So it actually would be 16, which means this is a critical hit against you. So, as the spores come just suddenly out, you just get a full face full of it, you're going to take 4 poison damage, and I need you to make a will saving throw.
A will saving throw.
Yes.
That's
Nobody
particularly
likes will
concerning.
saving throws.
Ooh, that's not good.
9. That is a critical failure
Oh,
on the will
no.
save.
Are you
Do we have more hero
dominated?
points?
Yes, everybody has 1 hero point currently. Y'all are set to 1.
Okay.
I kind of use that hero.
So, if you want, it's a good point. You can decide to spend that and roll it if you'd so like. After that, however, I will need everyone to roll initiative.
Well, let's see if I die first.
Sure.
I don't think you'll be dying.
I think it would be...
We don't know that yet.
Probably whatever happened to the bear, I'm thinking. Maybe.
So,
about.
let's see.
Where is my... There we go.
Fabian, were you going to re-roll that will or going to take what comes to you?
Ah, crap.
Oh, let's re-roll the will. Why not? Let's.
Sure.
Here's my goodbye hero
Spin
point.
that
I better
hero
not
point.
pass out.
There we go.
Oh,
21.
nice.
Well, good use of a hero point because that does succeed. So, the thing rolls initiative. So that is good. These spores come at you, and you got very high in its initiative. These spores come at you, and just a sudden, as it just utterly goes, and it feels like it is clogging your senses. You kind of blink around a little bit and kind of caper from one foot to another, almost falling off the steps to the wagon, but then manage to and right yourself, and you're all right. The rest of you see as the wagon opens. Are we missing anybody on initiative?
I clicked perception instead of initiative. I rolled a 10.
10 for ratio. Okay, got it. The rest of you can see into it. You see that golden light coming out. You see that it is from a torch that is burning in a sconce here in the Ringmaster's Cavern. And inside the Ringmaster's wagon are these big, bulbous, plant-like pods that are set into kind of each corner of the room, and they've grown over most of the stuff. They have these long vines that go, and you see the vines got into the hinges of the door, and these bulbs are like undulating and they spray another thing of poison, and they spray it. Let's see. Oh.
I say we just like burn the whole thing down and run away.
So, let's see. Okay. Yeah. Once the door falls down and they're kind of free, each one of them being disturbed now starts spraying pollen out. So each bulb is going to spray out some poison. So I'm going to say 2 of them are going for Fabian, one's going for Faith, and one's going for Horatio.
Ratio. It wasn't a bear, at least.
Let's see.
I don't know. That remains to be. Maybe it's a bear plant.
I'm going to do Faith first. That's a 19 versus your AC. That'll hit.
Wait, no, it won't. My AC is 20.
Hey, look at that. So just
Unless I'm flat-footed. I'm not surprised, right? Because we're in initiative.
no, we're in initiative now. So once this happens,
Yeah.
that was kind of their surprise, and then you're in regular initiative at this point.
16 is my hit points. I gotta remember that there's mean different things here. Okay.
So you just managed to kind of duck out of the way as one of the bulb goes out at you. One's gonna go at you, Horatio. So let's see. That's a 25 to hit you.
That's a critical hit, and I'm down.
All right, so a bunch of poison goes to Horatio. Let's see. You take 6 points of poison damage. Just
Not enough to instantly kill me. It's not a bear.
so Horatio falls down prone. Horatio, you will have to make a will saving throw.
He'll make a will save. Okay.
As you fall down prone.
16.
A 16 is a failure.
Shit.
Yep. So you are prone, and then
I'm
that's
dying too.
Not gonna matter. Yep, you're dying too. You go right before these guys, and then. Okay.
As I fall down, the healing potion I have in my hand falls out of my hand. Just for the so
healing
the rest of
potion
the
you were
party knows.
carrying, just kind of clatters onto the ground. Ding, 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 ding. Doesn't break or anything. But I'm going to set something real quick.
That's not a good sign.
No, well, will saving throws are never. Those are like my least favorite ones to fail, I think.
I really hope my character doesn't die before the art's even done.
I was gonna say, could I have used this ability instead of the hero point? My once per day reroll a saving throw.
It's not. It says you fail a reflex saving throw.
Oh, reflex. Sorry about that.
Oh,
You're
that's
right.
okay. Yeah.
I wasn't reading.
If it
carefully
were a
enough.
reflex, that would totally work. But it's a will. So 2 more pods are spraying out at Hugh Fabian.
Okay, come at me, but not really.
So, the first one is a 30 to hit you. And then the second one is a 25.
Jesus Christ.
Is the
Well, I
30
guess
a
they
crit?
both hit.
So I think the 30
What's-
is a crit on you. What's your AC?
18.
Yep, so 30 is a crit. So that's 2, and then I rolled minimum damage, so you're lucky on that. It's 2 and then 1 poison damage, so it's grand total of 3, but you'll have to make 2 will saving throws. Okay, pass the first one, but the second one, unfortunately, no. Fabian, as you are not instantly knocked unconscious by these other pods just spewing pollen into your face, suddenly you kind of... you feel sluggish and kind of like your head is whirling around. You are confused for 1 round.
Ooh.
Yep. So, and then there's another thing that happens that I'm not going to tell you about. Okay. So that was the pods, and to devastating effect. Fabian, you go next. When you are confused, unless I'm mistaken, there's a chance that you kind of hurt yourself or do some horrible shit.
Confusion.
Yeah, you might hurt yourself in confusion like a Pokemon. 618.
The trick is to say your name, and then it doesn't happen.
Jinglepuss, Jinglepuss.
Exactly.
Just keep saying Jinglepuss.
You use all your actions to strike or cast offensive cantrips, although the GM can have you use other actions to facilitate attack, such as draw a weapon, move so that a target is in reach, and so forth. Targets are determined randomly by our lovely game master.
Okay, so I would say
Blah, blah, blah.
The 2 plants, Marion and Faith.
Yes. Yeah, that seems like the most likely candidates for getting attacked. So I'm going to roll, and you're either going to hit one of the 2 pods, or you're going to move over and whack Marion or Faith with your clown club.
Okay.
mean,
So let's see.
Those two are as far away as I am. Just saying. Like, those are 15 feet and I'm 15 feet.
Okay, I'll add all 4 of them, but then I'm also going to add Petra and Oarshisk. So
Got to keep those odds balanced.
50-50
Are
shot.
we surprise? Should I roll first and
Wait,
then
what?
tell me?
I'm gonna roll and see.
What?
Yeah.
What?
They're 25 feet away.
Yeah,
I'm so far.
he can stride. He can stride and then do it. He's confused. So
Like really, like
He,
in that case,
he
he's
also had
had
to
the
use.
two gymnasts
He also had
and
to
the
use
professor,
both hands
and
to-
I guess maybe not
to
the
open
clown.
the lock.
That's right. He
that's
doesn't
true.
know what-
Is that you
He
have
has-
the
so
thieves' tools?
He has
out.
tools in his hands.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that with the poison and stuff and the pollen that's coming your face, you drop your thieves' tools that go clattering kind of a little bit underneath the wagon. You are suddenly seeing just like plants and pods that are, doing the feed me seed more and almost ready to consume your face. So you'll take one action to draw out that club.
Okay.
And then you'll move, and then we'll see where you get your one attack against. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh dear.
God damn it. God damn it. I looked over and he looked over at me and I was like, oh god damn it. I know.
Around Fabian and just kind of like start to stumble and caper over and go to whack Petra. Go ahead and roll an attack roll if you want.
Do any of those pods get attack of opportunity for me moving out of their?
No, they don't seem to react when you just kind of move away. So that would be a 15 to hit you, Petra. I don't think it does.
No.
Alright, so you
good.
suddenly see Fabian just kind of like this wrinkly old cat with a bunch of like yellow spores and stuff in its face, come running toward you. It's a little bit of clown makeup on as well. It's pretty horrifying, but you manage to just kind of go out. Fabian, you strike down with the club and then look up and around and realize it's Petra. Oh shit! And kind of snap out of it after that. Though you still feel kind of like fuzzy a little bit, like there's this buzzing in your head and your senses are a little bit dull, so it's just kind of
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that was Fabian's confused turn. Oarshisk, what are you gonna do?
Friends, you should recall knowledge. Recall knowledge is the best action.
I am going to run over here, and I'm gonna try to. Can I drag Horatio away from the wagon?
Sure. I'll say you're strong enough to do that. You move at half speed.
The healing potion.
Yeah, you do see as you come to Horatio's body, or unconscious form, that the potion that he was holding is just kind of lulled out on the grass right there.
Yeah, my thought is to like get him out of danger first.
Sure.
Before that, so I move it. Is it an action to grab him?
Yeah, I think it would. When you're mostly grabbing objects, it's usually an action, so I'll say grabbing people is an action too.
So I'm gonna try to go, half speed you said, so
Yeah.
I can move 10 feet.
Yes, you can drag him 10 feet where you want.
Man, he's still like well within range. Let's move him to 10 feet, like I guess this way.
Sure, dragging over this way, and you move along with him.
Yeah.
All right, Horatio sees Horatio fall, kind of just tries to drag him away, and I'll say that there's a little potion bottle right in this square right here. Oh, that was awful. This is an awful bottle. Quality destroying. There we go. Marion. See your brother fall. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm gonna try and close the door. I'm gonna stride. I'm going to close the door.
The door fell off the hinges.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought about that too,
The
but
door specifically.
We were just talking about
Yes,
closing
we're
doors.
before the session. Very ironically, we're talking about closing doors. This one falls off the hinges.
Okay.
The hinges are just rusted. You can tell that the plants, either through their pollen or corrosiveness or whatever, have caused the hinges to rust off, and the door is lying on the ground here.
I would like to try to recall knowledge.
Sure. What is your nature?
That is +4.
Okay. These are probably some sort of carnivorous plant, or they're trying to, just like eat and kill you guys. That's the best guess you got.
All right.
That sounds like a crit fail to me.
I don't know about crit fail. Maybe just like a regular fail.
No, regular fail is no information. That sounds like. I'm going to mute myself.
I'm gonna move to here, and I'm going to cast shield.
Okay, so you go stand over where the potion is and kind of put up a shield to stop these spore plants from attacking. Faith.
Somebody has the potion. Somebody dragged that guy away. I guess I can try and fight a plant. That makes sense. Is there any movement or anything to climb the stairs?
No. It's pretty much the same square, the same distance as on the map. Okay. You get up in there, in the wagon?
I'm going to start punching this one.
Sure.
So let's see. I'm going to use a
Punch
key
up.
strike and a flurry of blows. So I do key strike number 1. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit, so that's 7 points of damage. Okay.
Wait, that wasn't. That was the wrong damage. It should be an extra 1d6. The key strike, so it should be an extra d6 damage. So it's 11 points of damage.
Oh, very nice. So
It's force.
okay.
I get to choose.
Sure. So you come up and just put some energy behind that fist. These punches can heal, but they can also hurt. Bam! You see this kind of reverberation. It kind of punches through part of the sack of this pod, and you see the plants kind of shudder with that. When that does happen, the plants kind of, as a reaction, just release some of the spores in your direction. So they are going to spores you a little bit. Okay.
One weakness as a monk.
So that is a 22 to hit you.
That will hit.
Okay. So that'll be 4 points of poison damage, and I need you to make a will saving throw. A 10. Not so good.
I use my hero point on that.
You can certainly use your hero point if you'd like.
The 23 for you.
Hero points coming in clutch today. 23 will succeed on that. So you just kind of grit and bear it, kind of take all the poison, but keep fighting up there, so you are able to take the rest of your turn.
The one that I punched is still alive?
Yes, it seems like you punched a hole in part of the pod, but they're still kind of oozing and slitting out spores.
Punch it a second time then, because I'm still doing my flurry of blows. 5 probably misses.
Natural 1. Yes, you go to flurry again, trying to punch through it, but unfortunately, you're having to dodge mostly and get yourself focused from the pollen being sprayed out, so you're unable to connect. Is that 3 actions?
There's only 2 actions.
Okay, you got one more.
Yeah. I'm gonna move back.
All right. Kind of go in there, punch a plant, and then get out.
Somebody else can try it.
Wow.
You kind of see Petra come out of the wagon, coughing a bit. Petra,
Faith?
it is now you.
Okay. What is this Magus potency thing? Like, what is that?
So it's a focus spell that you have that can
says
allow you.
something versus plants. That's all
What?
It says 2d6 slashing versus plants.
Oh, that's the default
that?
text is in there as if
Oh.
you don't have anything else.
I
that's
was
in
just
there.
making sure. I was like,
Yeah.
cause I was like, why is it
Good
say that?
eye, good eye. But
So
no,
what is
max
it?
potency basically just I think in the description says that you attack a little bit better with one of your spell strike attacks.
Okay. So I'd have to put that. So I'd have to put that on my sword first, and then put a spell on my sword, and then attack for that to work. Is that what that means?
Yeah, let's double check the playtest document so I understand what's going on. I think that is what it is. It's one of those focus spells, so it acts a little bit different than your regular spell. There we go. There it is. Magus potency.
Because I just want to make sure, because I wouldn't be able to do all that in the same.
Sure. Magus potency. So it's one action. Targets you roll one weapon you're holding. Lasts for a minute. Gives the benefit of a +1 weapon potency rune, granting 1+1 bonus to attack rolls with the weapon. If casting a weapon, its spell the ends if you see someone holding it. So basically, it's going to give you a +1 to attack for 1 minute as an action.
So I could cast it now, and then does it end when I attack, or does it keep going for a minute?
It goes for a full minute.
Okay.
If you
So 10 rounds.
Yeah, it ends if you stop holding the weapon.
Oh, okay. So so I don't have to cast a spell on the weapon in order to use it. It's just like if I'm attacking with the weapon, it works.
Right. It just takes
So-
the one action.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the
Take the sword and bring it. I'll say you probably still have your sword out because the bear attack still was danger beforehand. So
I don't think I would have put my sword away.
yeah.
And then I'll go. Can I go to like right here? I can't see anything. I can't see.
So you're kind of in the wall a little bit.
Okay. Well, do I need to be right there?
Yeah.
I guess. Okay. And then I will attack this one.
Sure. You come forward, just sword starts to glow a little bit, so you can make your regular attack, and I'll add a +1 on top of it for the Magus potency.
So I just do +1.
Yep.
Right. Not +10. That would be great, though.
That'll be cheating.
Did it do it? No. There we go. Shit.
Ooh. So a 12.
That was a dumb idea. Oh well.
You come forward and go to
Yay.
run your sword through this plant, but it gets kind of caught up in one of the vines in the narrow enclosure of the wagon and whatnot, and is unable to kind of
Cool.
break it through.
That's
so you're
great.
just kind of
That's great.
get there.
Well, that was
and
fun.
that is your turn. So
I blame that on my shadow.
Horatio, you dying. bud.
Blame for things. I mean, I
Dying
guess I
green.
do, technically.
Ooh, Horatio is not looking very good at all.
Ooh, no.
All right. So we're back to the plant pods. We've got a Petra right there.
Yeah, that was why that was a dumb idea.
Let's see. And she's really the only one that's right there.
That was a dumb
I'm
idea.
gonna say that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna say 1 does get through to Marion and 3 go against Petra. So 1 against Marion.
Graham trying to be a fair DM.
The one against Marion critically misses, probably because it's trying to shoot through Petra. So spores kind of go off. But Petra, you do take 3 attacks. 1, 2, 3. So the first one is only a 15 hits you, which I don't think misses. But the next one is a 30, which critically hits. And then the last one is a 17, which I think also
No, I have an 18.
misses. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
just the
it misses.
one critical hit. So you'll be taking 10 points of poison damage.
Okay.
It's just one spore cloud just right in your face. And then I need you to make a will saving throw.
Gosh.
Correct. Yeah, that was dumb, but it's okay.
Man, that will save on every attack is so rough.
Not so much. If you want to keep the train alive, keep the dream alive with hero points.
But then Grams is trying to make us burn all our hero points so he can kill us.
I mean, I don't know. He'd rather not kill you.
I'm gonna use my hero point.
Yeah, hero point.
God damn it!
Oh.
Ooh.
Do
Is
you have
it?
to keep the,
I forget. Is you have to use the second one, or I think you can use either result.
I think it's the second one.
You have to use the second one.
Yeah, so it's probably a critical failure.
It is a critical failure.
oh gosh, is she confused for like a minute or something?
Well, if there's a critical failure, that means maybe it has a duration.
So
I'm guessing that.
Yeah, hang on.
Well, we're about to find out.
Is there like
Or you get something worse than confused. I don't know what
Yeah,
that
that's
is.
true. Dominated by the plant.
Uh-oh, it requires typing.
That means he's
Don't worry
adding
about
a lot of things together, I'm sure.
No, or keeping track of something.
So Petra,
He's adding a round
you
tracker.
likewise are suddenly just filled with this pollen, and you just see suddenly the shadow is everywhere around you, and everywhere you look it is taunting you. All these figures in the darkness, and you see Petra just kind of look around with this murderous rage in her eyes. She's now confused. So that was their go.
Cool.
Fabian.
Yeah, can I use an action to get into the tent here? Can I source
Sure can.
group
Squeeze
by?
Petra.
Okay. And then let's attack. I guess they're both close to me, but let's attack the one
One
that.
has been punched.
There's a
Yeah,
punch
let's
one.
attack the punched one for sure.
So a 15, unfortunately, will miss. They seem to have a little
Okay.
bit of a, plant-like. They're kind of soft too, so you're trying to find the bulbous bit and whack it. But unfortunately,
Let's
no effect.
try my last action to also.
A 10 also will unfortunately miss. You come in there, start trying to slam these plants down, and can't really find purchase on there. The confusion still. You also just are like a little fuzzy and a little just, just everything's a little fuzzy and blurry to you right now.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Hard decisions.
Planning on, running
I
around in
know.
circles.
I know. Move there.
Just to burn down the tent, but
Grab potion and turn. Rotate, not move, and give it to
Horatio.
Horatio. That's right.
Sure.
Action to move, action to pick up potion, action to administer potion. Maybe.
I think it's just an action.
Yeah, I'll say anything about it. Sure, I'll allow it. So you force the potion quickly down Horatio's throat. Horatio gets. I'll let you all decide who gets to roll the.
Yeah, you want to roll it or me? a 1 full D8.
Full...
I guess I'm administering it, right? So
Yeah, you roll it.
a 2.
2 hit points.
That is 2 more hit points than I had a couple seconds ago.
Not a 1 hit point, a 2 hit pointer.
2 hit points. So you stave off the horrible poison, the pollen that has so affected Horatio. All right, so that was O.R. Shisk. Marion.
Okay, Horatio's good now. I'm going to cast Guidance on Fabian.
Thank you.
You get a +1 bonus you can add to an attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check that you will make before the start of my next turn. And then I'm going to cast Daze on the punched pitcher plant.
Okay.
I expect it won't do anything.
Well, let's see. Go ahead and roll it. Go ahead and roll it.
Mental.
I'm trying. I clicked the button. Boy.
Alright, let's see if it comes through. Is it asking you for an attack bonus or damage thing?
No, I clicked
Just
that.
doesn't want to come through. Well, unfortunately,
It doesn't.
It's
does
a mindless
not do
creature.
anything. You go and see it like, ugh, and it does not find, your spell does not find a mind. You see one of the ghosts kind of go up next to a plant and look over at you and just shake his head, and then disappear into the ether. Alright, so that was Marion. Faith.
This spot here is like inside the wall.
Yes, I'll say you can be in the square south of Petra, and you will be kind of crushed up against the side of the wall there, but within access to the plant.
For me to be. But...
I guess there's also like a torch back here or something on the ground.
So even though I can't see it, I'm gonna strike the one that's in front of me, the one that's here.
Sure.
I think it's there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flurry, which means I attack twice with one action. 10 misses. 15.
Miss.
Also misses. Kind of like trying to rail at these plants, but finding no approaches.
Strike again. 2.
Oh, poor Fabian and Faith, desperately trying to get at these plants and trying to take them out, but still the pollen continues to get more and more and more.
Oh dear.
It is now Petra's turn.
Yeah, the
That's
ideal
right.
turn is that Graham confuses 4 of us in one turn, and then we all
You
attack.
all
murder each
kill
other?
each other. The end.
Great.
So, Petra,
Uh-huh.
you're confused.
Uh-huh.
I will say, go ahead. I'll have you roll it. Go ahead and
Uh-huh.
roll a d8 for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, you turn, see your shadow,
Mm-hmm.
and go to stab through it. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Mm,
So I guess I still have the +1, right?
You do.
mm.
Um. Of course, now I hit.
Fabian, what's
Yeah.
your armor class?
18.
Okay. Petra swings wildly and thwack gets into
I'm
your
sorry.
side, dealing 9 points. Should be slashing damage, but 9 points of slashing damage to you.
Well, it's only fair. I did come at you earlier.
Right, like, oh, I guess I deserve it.
Payback.
Petra, go ahead and roll another d8 for me.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This time, you kind of go and you see your shadow kind of fade and then reappear suddenly there. You stride all the way into the wagon and turn and swing as hard as you can at this pod over here. Go ahead and roll another attack for me. It's a second attack, so it's a minus this number 2 there, or a -5 to your roll. -4 though, because you have that +1 still going on.
The +1 is just once, though, right?
No, the Magus Potency stays for 1
Oh,
minute.
the Magus that +1.
Yep.
Oh,
So
Wait, did it do a +4 or did it move -4? I said it did.
no, it did a -4. You
Oh.
just rolled a 19.
Jeez.
Yeah. So you then turn and you see after she kind of tries to cue through Fabian, goes into the middle and whack as hard as she possibly can at this thing here. Let me double check, make sure something. Okay. So. Man. That'll do it. Okay. What happens is Petra goes forward and just does this wide arcing sweep. It completely goes through one of the pods. And as the pod kind of bursts, you see that there's like this, wispy, almost smoke-like tendrils. And you see the other pods kind of, with that burst, wilt. And the pods seem to just kind of be wilted there, now unmoving and no longer spitting out the pollen.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all get 80 experience points!
And we're all alive, right? Although,
Yes.
are we
Everyone's
still
alive.
confused? Because I thought I'm in a
Petra,
bad place.
You
if
come
I'm
out
still
of it and you
confused.
see kind of, you see Fabian nursing this wound currently, and Horatio barely getting to his feet at this point. Whoops. Currently,
There were 3 walls, guys. 3 walls.
Around it,
3.
you mean?
3 walls.
What do you mean?
I don't know many things that can attack through walls. Horatio is saying this, by the way. That's not me.
Okay.
You should have. Never mind. Oh, that hurt.
So, Horatio, Faith, and Petra, who all failed a will save at one point, right?
Yep.
Okay. You all currently are still feeling like it's in the corners of your eyes, like you've got something, like a bit of pollen, and tries to blink it away or kind of like rub it out. You can't do it. For Faith and Horatio, what that means is you currently, until I say otherwise, have a -2 penalty to perception checks and saves against mental effects. Because you critically failed, unfortunately, that your penalty to perception and saves is a -4. So anytime you...
Yeah, I never failed the check.
Who is the other person who failed that? Was it Fabian?
It was
Yep.
Fabian. Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
sorry.
Horatio failed, but he was unconscious.
Yeah, so it's Horatio, Fabian, and then Petra, so my bad.
So you said
Oh my
-4 to
Yeah,
save. And what
I
check?
failed with a 10.
I thought you were not a critical failure.
I
Horatio.
thought you
no,
rolled
hold
that
on.
one.
Sorry, that 10 was that was my initiative. I got a 16.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a -2 for you and Fabian, and a -4 for Petra. To perception and then mental saves. Until I say otherwise.
Isn't inhibited, so I'm gonna search or
Sure, you begin
Seek?
kind of
No.
looking around.
I'm gonna look around?
Exploration activity because you're no longer in immediate danger. Sure. So, you.
+5 if you want to make a secret check.
How did these polyp things even get in here? What were they doing here? Was Myron a secret botanist?
So as Faith is going through the wagon, the rest of you, I mean, some of you have been in Myron's wagon before. Nothing like this. Didn't really have plans. That is a big cat, Brian. Just suddenly, there's cat.
But it's a
mutant cat.
it's a small microphone. It's a small camera.
Big cat. I'm going with big cat.
It's foreshortening.
Yeah, Myron was not that into plants. I mean, you're a traveling circus, like botany's. Some people kind of try to have a little house plant or something in their wagons, but Myron was always too busy. He's kind of like a go-getter type A personality. Didn't have time for plants. Faith, you kind of go through. You are the least familiar with this wagon, so you're just kind of like seeing what's going through. The rest of you notice that Faith is going through Myron's stuff. Faith, what you find is that it seems just to be kind of personal belongings. You take a couple minutes and just look and see, some spare clothes are there. There's a very nice grooming kit that, is like a comb and little trimmers and whatnot that you used to, keep pretty presentable and whatnot. Stuff for clothes, there's a little personal notes, and they're mostly notes about how the show is going. The only other major things of interest that you find is that there's the torch that is still burning this golden light through all of this. You see that the torch, as you kind of come near it, is not hot, but still kind of burns with this golden light. And you see that there is a phrase in common kind of scrolled along the handle of the torch in kind of this gold script. And it says, "See what you want to see," in common, just kind of down the side.
I'm gonna pick up the torch.
Sure. You pick up the torch. Shines bright out like the torch would.
I'm gonna say the phrase. See what you want to see.
Holding the torch aloft, Faith says, "See what you want to see." And the light continues to shine exactly the same as it did a moment ago.
That was really disappointing.
That's still good thinking, Faith.
That's
Can
the best
I?
thing I've ever done. Shut up. It's like
There's-
is
That
it
was.
is
not
it real
sarcasm.
fire or is it
If you
magical?
put your hand over it, it does not burn whatsoever. You can put your hand fully on it and kind of like dim the light somewhat and then take your hand off. You also find a couple more things of interest. You see that he had kind of in a top shelf in this little drawstring pouch. There is some kind of potion in a crystal vial. And then hanging up on a coat rack onto one side, looks like not in a position where the rest of his clothes are, but kind of set off to one side, there is a very nice kind of soft bearskin hat with this gold leaf around the rim. And then there is a large silken cape that's draped right next to it. And you can see that embroidered along the lapels of this cape are G and F, the letters G and F.
I'm poking my head around the side.
Down
Can I make
south?
it? No, inside and watching what people are doing.
Sure.
Can I make an insight check on Faith to see if she is doing anything? Because,
There's
to
no
be
insight
honest,
in
we
this
have
edition.
just known her for a week, right?
Sure.
It's true.
If somebody put plants here, does it look like she has never been in here before? Is she making a belief?
All right. What's your?
she has
It's a perception check. So, Arshis, what's your perception bonus?
A 6.
Okay. You kind of size Faith up and down, and you have a pretty good eye for noticing people and noticing people's actions and intentions, especially as you're always watching from the sidelines in the circus show as a stage manager, needing to know what people are going after and what they're doing. And is, strange, and as short a time as you've known Faith, you don't see anything nefarious there. You just see this kind of like girl, this tiefling girl, kind of curious about like, oh, what's going on here and what's happening and oh, what's this, what's that. This kind of just eagerness to her actions rather than a malice or subterfuge.
Okay. I figured that would be, something to consider.
Well, I'm gonna point out the potion to some. Well, ooh, can I do an occultism check to try and figure what it is? Because I have that skill.
Sure. What's your occultism bonus?
Yeah, +4. I'm not very good at it, but.
Okay. So you kind of take a peek into the potion, kind of swirl it around a bit, and kind of unstop it for a second to quick little sniff, because usually the occult potions give off just this little bit of a little bit of dank stench, some dark stench on that. You can't. You said a +4 to that bonus. You can't quite do it. You notice that it is kind of foaming a bit, and it sounds kind of dark, but you cannot quite gauge what exactly it is.
Can I try to do it?
Sure.
Oh, +6.
Happily hand it over to you.
Yeah.
Okay. You can use Arcana or Occultism.
I mean, they're the same, so
What's the bonus?
6.
So you kind of look at it as well, Petra, and kind of swirl it around, and this may just be like a fancy drink, is what you think. Maybe like it kind of looks like beer almost, but it's in a crystal vial.
I don't.
Drink it. Drink it.
I sigh and put my hand out.
I'm not gonna drink it, so I'll give it to Horatio.
+7.
We're inching up there one of these days.
Occultism, Arcana, or crafting if it's alchemical.
Okay. Horatio finally takes it, kind of looks at it, and though you're wounded and kind of staggering around just a little bit, having to put a hand on Marion's shoulder to stand, you know that this is something that the ringmaster would have around to kind of help him, just as like a little bit of courage when he went on stage. You know that this is something that can be drank that will help you kind of against fear in all of its forms. So it is just a little potion that'll help you feel a little bit braver when you drink it for a little bit.
It's a bravery potion. Someone should probably keep this.
Feels a little awkward to be divvying up his stuff. I mean, shouldn't the new head of the circus kind of do the last rites on this stuff?
He's dead. He doesn't admit it.
Yeah, but I don't know. Doesn't someone have authority to redistribute these things? I mean, I let us in, but I don't want to.
Who would be like the second in command?
Didn't they kind of put us in charge?
I think we are in charge.
Because it's the professor is the next man up.
Can I yell to the professor, hey, we found this potion. Can we keep it?
Some of the circus folk are kind of nervously going over and seeing what all this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
The professor kind of takes a few steps around and looks and sees, oh my, oh dear, oh that looks bad. Did you find anything in there?
Is there anything I can... Two things. I want to use Read Aura on the cape and the bearskin cap just to see if they're magical.
Okay.
And then is there anything I can tell from the door, like with a crafting check? Were they just that corrosive?
So the Read Aura, as this is going on, take a couple minutes to do that. You do not sense magic on the hat or the cape. It's pretty non-magical. And then, what's your nature bonus?
0. Let me see. 1.
Okay. It's difficult to say. You can't quite piece together how these plants might have affected the door in any way. From what you remember, it seemed to be fine. I mean, most of the wagons were pretty well maintained. It was a point of pride, especially for Myron, to have a wagon in pretty good shape. So it is definitely odd that the door would just kind of fall off. So Horatio does take a second to read that magic. Is anyone else doing anything while they're in or around the Ringmaster's wagon?
I also want to identify the torch.
I want to look at the dead plants and see if they were connected,
Okay.
and two, like, I guess, where the roots lead to.
Sure. And Orashus, you were saying something you wanted to do?
I was gonna say similar thing.
Okay.
Are they like connected to the wall, or going through the boards in the ground, or what?
Okay, so I'll say Orashus and Faith, you're kind of scoping out what's happening with these plants. So I'll do a perception check from both of y'all. Orashus, what's your bonus?
6.
Okay, and then Faith, what's your perception bonus? Okay, the two of you take a few minutes and scout out. It appears that the plants are entirely contained within the wagon. There is no sign that they have gotten roots or anything else outside of the wagon. You do a full scope around. They are just completely contained within there, and they seem to be kind of somewhat laced into each other, connected by these little roots and vines, even as they're still kind of just laying there wilted. While they're doing that, Horatio is taking a look at the torch. So it was like a +7 bonus to all your magical skills. So you know this to be a pretty common. It's an ever-burning torch. I mean, there's no kind of it's not. I'll just go ahead and reveal that one full on to y'all. It is just an ever-burning torch.
You wrote it down in my inventory, so I'm not really that surprised.
Yeah.
So, somebody who can use it should take it.
Yeah, that's true. I think I'm the only person who has
Freehand.
night vision.
I also have dark vision.
Oh, okay.
This is a really handy magical item.
Yeah.
We could really make use of this.
I will take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
And I've got
can
low light
freeze flame
vision,
if I
so
need to.
let's give it to the human.
Yeah.
Poor
Well.
human.
Has anyone detected magic already?
Read aura.
Horatio kind of did a thing where he
Okay.
figured out the cape and the hat were non-magical.
Okay.
But what are you doing while they're kind of doing this stuff, Petra and
Well, I
Marion
was
as
just-
well?
Well, if anyone's already done it, but I was just gonna see. I'm assuming the plants are magical, but I was gonna check and see if they're magical versus like I don't know.
Sure, you can do a detect magic spell to see, just to kind of make sure. Read aura is like honing in on a specific object, whereas detect magic is kind of a pulse to see. So all that you get, let's see. Yeah, actually, you do get. You do know that there is magic nearby, and even if you ignore the torch that is giving off magic and just kind of focus in there, there is a sense of magic in there when you're just in there with the plants. And then Marion, what are you doing while they're kind of investigating all of this?
Whoever isn't actively doing stuff, I can patch them up with medicine. Oh, hello. Hopefully. Hello there. I could use
Oh man,
some
how
patching.
did 3 of us get down to sub 3 hit points without going?
I know.
I'm not quite
I
that bad.
am currently mid treat wounds cooldown, so
True.
that's how I got that low.
I'm at 1 hit point.
Now you're at 14 hit points.
Nice, thank you.
Good job.
I owe you one. And I don't know, how long does identifying potions take? Because that took a long time.
10 minutes, I think.
So
Almost.
half an hour for us because we took 3 tries.
And then I took 10 minutes for 30 minutes for 3 other things. So that's my treat wounds.
So I could also help out Orashisk and Horatio.
Okay. So basically in the aftermath of dealing with these plants, you guys take about 45 minutes or so to do all this, but unfortunately Marion, as kind of Horatio identifies all this, and you tried to help Horatio out.
That was for Orshus.
Oh, it's for Arshis. Sorry. Arshis doesn't get much benefit from that. So, by this point, this is kind of just after you've identified all this stuff, you've gone through all this, you identified the potions, and the torch and whatnot. You're trying to treat Orash's wounds, but it seemed like the bear did a number on him, and the poison as well. It's pretty bad. Yes, that can kind of. It's been 45 minutes, so there's some chance in there for some refocusing. Kind of late at this point. It's definitely dark and at night. When you guys hear a pair of screams from off to the southwest, and you see coming through the darkness and kind of running toward the fire, there seems to be two roustabouts that are quickly making their way back toward the campfire. People have mostly still hung around here. They seem to be kind of achy and still milling about, still afraid of whatever's going on and waiting for the all clear to come back in here. But these two roustabouts come back, and they're, they have these woodsman axes. Looks like they were going to cut some wood at night. Whether that maybe get some more wood from the fire. But they come back, and one kind of drops his hand axe and has his hands on his knees and saying, "There's some snakes in them woods.
Dang it!
I saw a big ass snake." Yeah, I saw it too. There's a huge ass snake in there. Man, things are going crazy. I heard from the boys inside there were some snakes a little bit too. Oh man. So everyone kind of does that bit of hubbub and commotion now that these roustabouts come back.
I mean, I'm just thinking, there are snakes in forests.
Like, how big are we talking?
It was huge. It was like, it was as big around as my arm. It was a big, thick snake.
Was it following you, or was it just doing snaky things?
I was about to go pick up some wood on the ground, and then I reached down and saw this snake just hissing at me like it's some kind of devil.
Stay out of the woods tonight?
Is a snake that big? Would that be unusual in the woods, or even something remotely that big?
Is it a snake of unusual size?
Probably. There's probably snakes around. And you saw snakes in the circus too, so... You're out in the wilderness. Aberton is kind of, a farming village and not very industrialized, so there are probably some snakes out in the wilderness. Seems to make sense.
Whatever. Give me the torch. I'll go look at it.
I'm gonna hand him the torch.
Can we patch up the people who are...
Can we take at least 10 more minutes to...
Because I can try to heal somebody too.
I feel like I might fall over if I...
Do you want some healing?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, no one should probably wander off alone at this time. There's just too much sketchy stuff going on.
I'm just going to do the regular healing because I think otherwise I'll give you another death.
Yeah, you will.
I might actually kill you, so...
You'd have to roll a 1 for me to still be up.
So I will treat your wounds.
A 25?
Yep,
I rolled a 20. You crit!
I critted. So there, you gain 21 hit points.
Whoop, bam! Healing punch.
Nice.
Dang.
Man, Faith, you're good at this.
I told you.
Punch and you feel great.
Oh. Em, you gotta... Oof. You gotta learn...
Massage or
Oof.
Knock all the pain out of you.
You gotta try some of that. She's good.
Marion huffs and then storms off a ways.
Okay. So, Marion, you have the torch.
Shake my head.
The roustabouts point off kind of to the south over here, to where they claim to have seen the snake.
Alright, are you done with your chiropractic? Are you done getting your massage, H?
Let's get on with it. Enough of your huffiness.
You'll never have enough of my huffiness.
Are you done with your...
Hey, you followed me to the circus.
Alright, as the brothers march off into the darkness, you can see the wagon for the dwarven throwers over here. You can't see the text, but Mordain the Diva, or sorry, Mordain the Magnificent, her wagon is right over here.
Also Diva.
Yeah, pretty much.
She is. We're renaming her Mordain the Diva.
And they roustabouts came in from the southwest?
Yeah, they pointed off to some trees over in this direction.
Sure.
I am going to.
Oh yeah, and I am carrying the torch.
Yeah, I think you've got the light on you right now, yeah. Everyone can see
I
Marion.
don't know where.
I have a light on me.
You had a normal torch on before. Do you still want to keep that on? Or drop it?
Can I, like, snuff it and put it away?
Sure. You can unlight the torch. Alright, I'll continue down here. At this point you can see the trees, a bit of a forest here. It is dark, there's a bit of moonlight, but it is just a little bit of moonlight shining through the darkness of the trees. You can kind of tell that there seems to be either a clearing or a path off in this direction here.
Well, let's go this way.
And stop right there. Marion, as you kind of bring the torch up into the light, what you see is indeed, this you can kind of tell by the torchlight shining out, this golden light and this hue on everything, that the guy was not lying. There seems to be a snake kind of lurking down in the grass here, kind of out. But as you are looking at the snake and suddenly peering over there, you see that he may have also not been lying about the size, because as this one snake kind of slithers over to one side, you see emerging from the trees a bit closer is a much larger snake. This one indeed is probably 2 arm lengths in a size, hissing at you, and as the torchlight kind of comes up, it does the whole cobra flare out and begins to rush in your direction. Everybody, roll initiative.
More snakes.
More snakes.
Have to be snakes.
It has to be snakes.
Motherfucking
I
snake.
imagine. Oops. I
Sorry.
stand corrected then. Snake AP.
And Horatio and Fabian still have a -2, and then
I have a.
you have a
So
-4.
I like, yeah,
So
like.
-4 to that.
Mm-hmm.
So 5, and then Fabian's a -2, so 15.
Yep.
And I already built mine in.
Okay,
I forgot to.
I put a mod into my perception.
sure. And let me get these snaky boys.
There'll be
Oh,
one
boy.
snake in this campaign for every bathroom in the previous one.
No.
Yep. this
Whoa,
is-
that is so many snakes.
That's too many snakes. Too many snakes.
Viper, and surprise, surprise, big one is Giant Viper. All right. So these snakes suddenly come out and also somewhat uncharacteristically are super aggressive and running toward your direction. Marion carrying the torch, you are first to act.
I'm gonna daze that snake.
All right, going Daze Big Snake.
Ooh. Maybe. I pressed the button, and it doesn't seem to want to work again. God damn it. Whatever, make a will save. Do it myself, damn it.
It gets a 19.
At that 19, I believe that is a save. Yep.
All right, so 2 mental damage.
None. because it's a successful save.
Oh.
Yeah,
Bummer.
Doesn't
doesn't-
it basic?
I don't believe so.
Because I think another session we were doing it.
Oh, it is a basic will save. So yeah, two
Yeah. Two whole damage.
damage. Yeah, nice.
All right, so you kind of see this one, and just the snake kind of like winces a little bit, and just running in your direction.
And I'm gonna pull out my crossbow.
Okay, you're like, oh shit! Fall off the crossbow. Arshisk.
I'm gonna move. Let's see. Let me get my ruler out. To here. Oops. Oh no, how do I undo? Oh well, whatever. There, that's 25.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna take out a bola.
Okay.
And I'm going to, if it gets within 20 feet of me, I guess I will throw. Can I ready? Oh no, is it 2 actions to ready an action?
Yep.
Okay, so I guess I can't do that. And I will raise a shield.
All right.
I will take my bola out, and then raise my buckler.
Begin slinging it around. Okay. Viper here. Viper's going to come up and strike. Let's see. It's going to slither around into the woods, first to here and then to here. And he goes to slither up to Marion. Strikes with his fangs. Ooh. That's a 21 to hit you.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, so that'll be 4 points of piercing damage as the snake bites into you. And go ahead and make a fortitude save for me.
Save.
No, unfortunately, you feel the poison lurching into your veins. You take 6 more points of poison damage as the snake just lunges into you, and it's very painful. So that's that. And then Horatio.
Looking at my spells I have. I am going to focus to use reach spell.
All right.
Then I will briefly look at Petey and say, or look at Petra and say, Petey, do you know this one? Then I'll cast Electric Arc and target both snakes.
All right.
I don't know that one.
1 or 2 creatures.
Basic reflex save.
Okay. The little guy.
I
It's a
feel like I
reflex
should
save.
know this one.
And does pass. So half damage on that one. So it'll be 3 electric points of damage. And then big snake.
Can you hit the big snake?
With 60 feet, I sure can.
Yeah, because reach doubles your range. So
Oh, you use reach spell.
use
Okay,
by
sorry.
magic,
I
yeah.
missed the reach spell part.
And then the big snake critically succeeds its reflex saving throw. So you turn to Petra and like, watch this! And then one of the snake kind of like jumps a little bit, and the other snake just kind of slithers out of the way completely.
It's okay. I'll still learn it from you. We can't hit all this.
If you survive.
All right. The big snake. So big snake is going to go over here. Let's see. Versus, okay. It's gonna go over to... No, it's... Yeah, it's gonna go over to here, slither over. It's going to coil up and then reach out, uncoil, and strike at Marion.
That's familiar.
Snake.
Yeah, Marion, that's a 24 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Ouch.
That's 11 points of piercing damage.
That's down, isn't it?
I'm down.
And then I need you to make a fortitude saving throw.
Yeah.
All right. In addition, you also take, and I'm going to say this is concurrent with the piercing damage. It's 3 more points of damage, so I don't think that does anything except
Nah.
you're not dead. So check for dead. But you see Marion suddenly downed by these horrible snake bites and falling prone as he falls unconscious. Fabian.
Can I say that I picked up my rapier from my
Oh yeah, you guys had plenty
wagon
of time
before we went out into the woods, the
Oh, yeah.
spooky woods? Okay.
had plenty of time for all
Well,
that.
I'm gonna move up to this giant snake, and because we need to deal with that, and first strike.
Ooh.
Ooh, 25 will certainly
Wahaha.
hit for a whole 2 points of damage. So-
And why not try one more time? Oops, I hit the wrong thing.
No, you got it. It's just a natural 1. With multiple attack penalties, so you kind of step forward, get one little poke into the snake, and then withdraw and try again with the snake just slithers out of the way. Alright, so Fabian comes and strikes the big snake. Faith.
I'm gonna move to here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna key strike and flurry of blows on this one.
Alright, on big snake.
And it's gonna be force damage.
And 18. And 18 misses. Just managed to kick in one strike, and the snake slithers out of the way in just that spot. You try again, sneaking down, stomping the snake as hard as you can to the ground, but it still is too big and too angry.
Wow.
Big angry snake. I think you have one more action left.
I am going to move to here.
Alright. Gonna reposition. Trying to get around the snake. Petra!
Okay.
If you were standing here, you'd be flanking the snake.
Yeah. But then I would like almost immediately get hit. I think what I'm gonna do this turn is I'm gonna go to her. I'm gonna look at Horatio and I'm gonna be like, "Well, watch this," and I'm gonna try and hit with produce flame.
Sure. Big snake or little snake?
I mean the big snake.
Alright. Hurl a flame at big snake?
Do I have -4 on attack rolls too?
No.
Okay. I was gonna be like,
That would be rough. It's just perception. You still got a little bit of pollen in your eyes. Oh! Oh! Petra shows up Horatio and it's like, yeah, your stupid lightning will...
I don't say that because I still want him to teach me the lightning.
All right.
The lightning strike.
I don't know that.
Oh,
I don't
so
know that one.
that is... yeah, so that's 12 points of fire damage and 1d4 persistent fire damage. The snake, big snake, is now on fire. So the snake just suddenly is on fire, and your second burning snake of the night is looking pretty bad.
I like them crispy.
We'll trade for that one.
So that's
good.
2 of your actions, Petra, to do that, so you still have an action left.
Oh, I guess my question should have been, do I need to refocus the Magus potency? I don't know how that works.
Right, so it's the duration has expired, so you would need to take 10 minutes. You guys had over 45 minutes where you did that, so you would have been able to refocus during that time. So you have
I remember everyone being like, I refocus, and so I'm like, is that
just
one
a
of those
reminder
things?
is you kind of have some downtime. Just to mention that you're doing that during that time.
I'll go ahead and put that on my sword.
Alright, your last action will be to do that.
Yeah.
Just double checking on something. And your now sword is a little bit better. Okay, so that was Petra. Then we are... we're not quite to Miriam because technically
Yeah, he should move initiative.
there. So it goes to Horatius next.
Do I have a clear shot on the big snake, or no? Am I being blocked?
No, you got enough of... Fabian's not blocking you right now.
I'm out of range anyway, though. So I will move up.
Alright.
To here, and I will chuck the vola at it.
Alright.
Oh.
So you move up, goes sailing off into the darkness of the woods and lands several feet away.
Okay. Raise shield. And that's my turn.
Alright. So the little viper here is seeking more snacks and morsels. It is going to go over to Horatio and go to strike another brother down. So... things...
If they weren't snakes, I might try to grapple them, but I feel like grappling a snake is a poor idea.
Oh, grab snakes. Oh, I see this all the time. That's a 15 hit you ratio.
That is a hit.
Okay, you take 1 point of piercing damage and make a fortitude saving throw.
I'm a spellcaster, and I don't know how he only has 15 AC.
8.
An 8.
Oh no!
That's a failure. You feel the poison seeping into your veins. So that is 8 points of poison damage.
Yeah.
The other half elf just feels sees your brother kind of laying there. Speaking of which, technically, Marion, you still are poisoned by 2 big vipers. So you need to make a fortitude saving throw for this viper's poison.
I got 15 this time.
The 15's not quite high enough.
Oh no!
No. So you do take damage, which I believe just increases your dying value by 1.
Okay.
Marion's not looking so good. Horatio.
I am going to move here.
Okay.
And the answer is 3 things. The first answer, I'm not trained in armor. The second answer is these 2 things I'm about to do, which is I'm going to cast Protective Ward and then I'm going to cast Shield. Those are my AC.
Like, kind of standing over your brother, you just kind of like, try to hold everything you can at bay.
Fool, Marion.
You look down, your brother, the ever-burning torch kind of lying down next to him. Now we are on to Marion. So go ahead and I believe your dying recovery check.
The success.
Hey, look at that.
So I go down by 1?
Okay. There you go. So you're dying 1, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. Except it's now the Giant Viper's turn. So Giant Viper, big fire, no likey. Giant Viper is going to... let's see. Giant Viper doesn't like the fire. It's just gonna go after Petra. Like, it's gonna go around you guys and go for, like, slither through Fabian and all y'all and go for the one that burned it so badly. So
I should have
it's...
gone up shield. Damn it.
Yep, so it's gonna move over to here, slithering through all of you, and coming up to you, Petra. It's going to just lash out with its
I was
fangs.
gonna put up shield, but I'm like, no, I'm not close to it. I should have just done it.
Did you crit, Graham? Did you roll a 30?
Yes!
Fuck off! This is like not your on me. Dang it!
I know that face.
It's 10 points of piercing damage.
I'm down.
Together or
That's
like
the
after?
total. That's total for the crit.
I
And
had
then you have
exactly
to
10
roll,
points of damage, of hit points.
And you have to roll a fortitude save.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Because Petra falls unconscious.
Do I get like a... You said... You said the -4 is only to what? Saves
For
it.
mental saves, this is not one of those.
Okay.
This is against the Viper Poison.
Oh,
You do
so
save
that-
against that. So you are unconscious down just from that. So it takes you down, and then... Let's see. It's just going to coil itself up. Kind of... and become coiled. At this point, Marion, because you were also poisoned by this Viper, you need to make another fortitude save for me.
Oh my goodness.
Ah, no.
Does that put him at dying 2 back again?
Is it the same poison?
There's 2 different kinds of poison.
Shit.
There's Viper poison and Giant Viper poison.
Different.
So...
So I take it I go down to dying 2.
yeah, you just go down to dying 2 again. But you're also drained 1. And drained... yeah.
Alright, let me look.
Recovery check is not a 4, it's just a flat check. So
Yep.
you're fine there, because it's drained is you take a -1 penalty to constitution-based checks such as fortitude, and you lose 1 hit point. Like 1 from your maximum hit point currently. Which is not currently going to matter because you're unconscious. But yeah, the poison seems to be seeping through Marion's
Man, these
body.
encounters.
Yeah, this is rough. This is rough, buddy. Fabian.
It's like-
Oh, sorry. Viper is on fire, so roll a d4 for me, because it's currently on fire.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
At first, I thought I was having to...
Nope, it is currently burning. The snake is on fire. So the snake has to make a flat check to see if it stops being on fire. Let's see.
Did it roll?
It is still on fire.
Oof. Okay,
Still burning.
Yeah.
Fabian.
I'm gonna move there, and I am going to strike once.
When you
It's
move over,
Because it's coiled.
because
Yeah.
it was coiled,
Just like
it
the lightning snake
lashes
from
out
Extinction.
at you. Yep. So before you get to your rapier, it is going to try to fangs you. That's a 25 to hit you, Fabian.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
Do your
You
damage.
take 7 points of piercing damage,
I can take it.
and you need to
But
make
now I
a,
have to do a
fortitude saving throw. Oh! You don't care. You take it. This cat just takes the snake bite and keeps lunging forward with the
Yeah.
rapier with a 23 to hit, which will certainly do it for 3 points of piercing damage. that snake gets hit by the rapier.
Okay,
becomes
and
uncoiled.
for my third action, I might as well try again. Oh, but I don't know about that.
14 isn't quite good enough to get it. But you do. This snake is looking pretty bad, and it's on fire currently. So it's got some problems. Faith.
I guess we'll find out. Is the snake still coiled?
No, once it lashes out at Fabian, it uncoils and strikes out at him.
To here.
All right, flanking snake.
And I'm going to attempt to punch a snake.
All right.
For the record, it's a non-lethal attack. Probably doesn't matter because the snake is on fire.
Is on fire.
11? Really?
11, even flat-footed. No, unfortunately.
How about a 21?
A 21 will do it. And with that 4 damage, you seem to knock the snake out, but it is still on fire. So the snake kind of stops moving, but is currently burning.
So I still have another action because that was my flurry.
Yes.
Can I try and stabilize Petra? With a medicine check? Is that how this game works?
I believe you may need healer's tools, but let me see.
Healer's tools. But they're not out because I don't carry them around because I have to punch people with my fists.
Yes. So yeah.
But they're in my bandolier.
So I think the bandolier says you kind of get them out as part of the action to do it, right? Administer first aid is a 2-action activity.
Bandolier lets it be 1 action, right? Instead of like 2 actions or something.
Yeah, it lets you pull the tools out as part of the action to use the tools.
So you don't need a separate action, but administer first aid is just a 2-action activity.
Well, Faith is standing right next to Petra. Oh, but already used. That's right. Never mind.
Yeah, so technically you still have one more
Already.
action.
Yeah, the
Already
fourth
did
action.
Yeah.
I mean, that basically just means I waste my third action.
Step into my aura, at least get +1 AC.
You could stand on the snake, yeah, if you wanted.
Or, if the snake's on fire, right?
Yes.
So I could actually save the snake.
Let the snake try to. Yeah, if you want to stomp out the fire on the snake, I'll say that's assisting it to try to make a new save.
But why?
Because.
Oh, you're so good.
All right, you're trying to save the snake. All right.
It's that Hippocratic oath that she took.
You step on the snake to try and put something to the flames, but you hear like a crack a little bit, and the snake is still on fire. So unfortunately, the snake is still a-burning.
I am done.
Petra, go ahead and roll a flat check. Trying to roll 15 or higher.
Flat, so it's 20? Is that what that means?
You just a straight
A
D20 roll.
Okay.
19. Yeah, you're not. You do not slip closer to death.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Actually, if you were you just dying 1?
Yeah, she was just dying 1 because she got
she's
critical.
staying-
She went down on a crit, didn't she?
Yeah.
Or no?
Oh, she.
For 10 damage, right? Wasn't
For
that
the
the
crit.
crit?
Yeah, the crit downed you, so you were at dying 2. Now you're at dying 1.
Okay.
All right. That was
Cool.
Petra. Super cool. Technically, she didn't need to do that yet, because it was the Viper that took you down. So it's still. You still have a chance to get up. We'll see if you get up again. Then you'll be good. But Orarshis, it's your turn now.
Gosh, I guess we're all kind of low. We could all go down, right?
And you got one little snake left. One little snake over there.
It goes next. I'm going to move around here. On top, I guess, of Marion.
Mm-hmm.
Raise shield. And I guess, ready and attack. No, god dang it. I keep remembering. I can't do that unless it's 2 actions. I will take out another. Wait, do I have another bola? Sorry. I do. I will take out a second bola. That's all I can do then. Move.
You have to take
Great
out the bola.
shield.
That's right. Take out bola.
Take out bola.
All right, you take out the bola, preparing for what might come, and the little viper here comes at you. It's good to come at Orashisk and go for fangs at you after the lizard folk. Only gets a 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
It's going to try to strike at you again with a 6. You
Nope.
take the shield and kind of fend off. No! Fending off the snake. So that's Marion now still needs to make a fortitude save against this little viper's poison.
Sorry, what?
So you're still affected by the small viper's poison.
Yeah.
I need you to make another
Fortitude save.
fortitude save for me.
Fortitude save. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Yeah, so with that, though, you feel that poison is worn off.
Great.
In your unconscious state.
You're still unconscious, but that...
But you feel like it wore off.
So I'm no longer drained?
no, you're still drained because that's the giant viper's poison. This is
Okay.
the regular viper's poison. Yeah.
But he saved against both poisons.
He saved against this This is the first save he's made against the regular viper's poison. The giant viper's poison, I don't think he is saved against.
He succeeded at a death saving throw,
Yeah.
but
So Viper does that. I don't think about does that. So then it is Horatio's turn.
Look down at my brother on the ground. I know my own capabilities well enough to know that there is absolutely nothing I can do to help him. And I will just bite my lip and cast Electric Arc.
All right. You cast lightning out at the snake. The snake critically succeeds in saving throw.
I guess they're snakes. They have good
They
reflex.
dance around. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Probably actually would do better with days. They're animals. Okay, I will then use an action to sustain my protective ward.
what does it give? A +1?
+1 bonus to armor class.
Okay.
Get used to it.
Which is not an item bonus, correct?
It is not an item bonus. It is a status,
It is a status bonus,
which stacks with almost everything.
Okay,
except for other status bonuses.
right.
But there aren't many in it. Anyway,
All right. Marion, go ahead and make that recovery check.
Oh no!
I know.
What are you at? That's a 3.
Yep, that's a 3 now.
Okay. Marion not looking very good at all. And then Petra also, you need to make a recovery check. So just a 13. So I think it's 10 plus dying
10
value,
plus dying
right?
value.
So that is
But she already made this one.
so
Because she rolled on her turn. But she was supposed to roll on,
Oh, yeah.
on this initiative. So
You're
this
right.
This is
Thank
when she
you.
rolls the 19.
This is when she rolled the 19. Thank you for reminding me. That is an excellent point. So she is just dying 1.
Okay.
You're fine. But then it is the
Two patients in triage need to make sure they don't die.
Thank
Become very,
you.
very
Thank
difficult.
you.
yes,
Faith.
Dr. Faith over here.
If
However,
Petra was
Dr. Faith,
conscious, she'd be like, thank you.
Dr. Faith, you do lose a patient. The viper, the giant one, near you that is on fire, burns, and then kind of coils
I
over.
think that was entirely my fault, though.
thing expires.
That was mostly my fault.
So that big giant one, is now dead. However, the poison that had lunged into Marion's veins is still taking hold. So Marion needs to make the fortitude saving throw.
So 16.
Which is higher.
Which is higher, but not high enough.
Oh my gosh.
So do I take poison damage?
You used your hero point.
I haven't used my hero point actually.
Oh, okay. Then you have 4 dying values.
You would take damage in this circumstance.
I'm going to use my hero point, and I'm going to stabilize.
All right. So hero point spent to stave off what would have been deadly poison infecting your veins.
Could still be deadly poison.
Could still be deadly poison.
You could still crit fail.
Shh, don't speak those words.
Oh.
Fabian.
Okay, let's attack this little guy that's right next to me.
Sure.
If you you can attack or you can
flank.
shit.
Oh, flank?
Rogue, step into the flank.
Oh yeah.
how's
Orchis is
that?
on top of Marion, so if you stepped over to here, you'd be in flanking
Oh.
position.
But I don't
And does
have
that-
a melee weapon. Does that matter?
It doesn't
Al?
matter.
You're
So
melee
hold
range,
it.
right now.
You don't. Yeah.
Okay.
You can unarmed attack. So
Yeah, but I hit. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so since you're hitting it while it's flat-footed, you get that damage and you get your precision damage on top of that, which I think is a D6, but
You're a rogue.
Snack the snack.
isn't... Well, I'll let you roll it. It's not really going to matter, though, because it only has 5 hit points. You two manage to skewer this snake as you spring the rapier down on top of it. Just it lunges out for one final... but is unable to do anything else about it because this snake is now dead. So we'll stay in initiative because we've got a couple people down currently. And next we come to Faith.
Do I know that Marion's at dying 3?
Dying 0, wounded 3.
Oh, okay. Oh,
No,
okay.
you're not wounded at all. When you stabilize, you don't get. When you stabilize with a hero point, you don't get wounded at all.
Oh, that's right. That's what makes it heroic.
Yay!
Attempt to medicine Petra.
Because you're a special person important to the story, you get to
Plot points. Plot armor.
you get 1 plot armor.
That really is what hero points are, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
plot armor. Huh. Never thought of it that way.
But just like 1 instance, right? Per every once in a while.
Sure. So it is a medicine check for administer first aid.
Please save my brother. Please. Oh no.
11. That's a failure.
Well, let's see. DC is equal to 5 plus the recovery roll DC. So usually 15 plus dying value, so it's not quite enough. Yeah, so Faith. Well, it's usually 15 plus its dying value. So she's a dying one, so the DC would have been 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you try to help Petra out, but she's not looking so hot. Awarshisk can do... Basically, at this point, Marion seems to be kind of okay for the most part. But Petra's still kind of unconscious, so what are you doing, Awarshisk?
I'm gonna step off, from above where Marion is. Does he still looks poisoned, I suppose? That I can tell.
Looks pretty sickly. Doesn't look good.
I am going to... I do have a potion in my inventory, so I will take out a potion. And for the time being, hold on to it until... I don't know, is this metagaming to think like, oh, if I give him the potion, he could just take the poison damage and go right back into unconsciousness?
a little. Yeah, I can't see how like your lizard folk character seeing Marion there, kind of unconscious with like this huge snake bite in his leg.
Is Petra the same way too?
Petra's close to the same. They do look, from appearances, both unconscious and bit by snakes.
I'm gonna like look back and forth to both of them. I'm not gonna do anything this turn. I'm gonna hesitate.
Horatius hesitates, not sure what to do. Horatio.
Use the potion. Use the potion.
I have nothing that is helpful. I'm gonna sustain my protective ward just in case, I don't know, something comes to attack us.
Sure.
This would be good.
And
You're the person that casts guidance. I can't remember who casts guidance anymore.
Marion did. I don't have that. That's a divine spell.
Yeah.
All right.
I have no chance of successfully aiding with a medicine check. I would literally have to roll. Well, I'd have to roll a 19. So
I
don't have anything I can
in
do.
my hand.
Yeah.
Right, you just kind of stand there looking at, making sure anything else.
Actually, yeah, no. If Orshus has a potion in his hand, I think I'm gonna grab it and feed it to Marion.
All right, Horatius. You see Horatio kind of look and sees you hesitating there, and doesn't know what to do. Do you release the potion?
Yeah. I'm not
Right.
gonna like resist. If he's gonna grab it out of my hand.
Grabs it out, uncorks it, jams it down his brother's throat, healing him for 6 hit points.
It's I have written down in my inventory that it's a minor.
Minor healing potion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 1d8. Okay, sorry, I was just not paying attention. Sorry.
So 6. Marion, you just kind of saw the snake come up, latch onto you, this poison delving into it, and as your consciousness faded for a moment, all you could hear were these whispers, this sound, this susurration of ghosts all around, and through it, the only thing you could make out was this voice, this gruff voice saying, Marion, Marion. And with the loudest gruff, you kind of choke someone on the healing potion and come out of it, seeing your brother kind of kneeling down over you, this protective ward glowing around you as you return to consciousness.
He wakes up with a start. He looks around, sees Petra lying there, unconscious. And to no one in particular, he says, "Go help her." And he stands up.
All right. Marion stands.
As his dead friends stabilize her.
And the ghosts suddenly cover over her, stabilizing and shutting the energy from death's door.
Yay!
And with that, we can drop out of initiative. You feel the poison slowly fading from your veins, Marion. And the drained goes away. And Petra is unconscious, but currently stable. You look around.
Well,
I'm just gonna sit down for a second.
Oh,
You all get 80 experience points.
yay!
Does that put us at 580?
yep, it's at 580.
58% of the way there.
Rough battles.
Uh-huh.
We have got to be more careful.
Yeah.
I say, looking around. All of us, I think.
You guys need to be more careful.
Really, I'm unconscious. I can't say anything.
Does anyone do anything for Petra?
I'm going to start treating wounds on her. It's going to take me 10 minutes. Wait, have I done that? There was a four. It's once per hour that I can do it on somebody, right?
Yeah, I don't think you've done
On-
it for Petra.
On a given person.
Yeah, you haven't. I took a potion. That's the only healing I've had is a potion.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try and
I did that. I did somebody after the first snake battle.
After the first snake battle?
that was Horatio.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Shit.
Yeah, that was me.
And it's been roughly an hour since then, so
Yeah.
so you're gonna
Catch myself up.
taking
Well,
some.
no, he did.
Attempt to.
he did
Yes.
Horatio after the plant battle, right?
17 is a success. I heal 10 points.
Okay.
But it takes 10 minutes, right? So.
Yep.
As long as no snakes attack us in the next 10 minutes, you'll get the healing.
No, you take 10 minutes kind of on the outskirts here. So Fabian, you finally get the pollen out of your eyes at this point. And kind of like, ugh.
At long
So no
last.
longer you have that. Horatio and Petra, it's still in your eyes.
I'm gonna go retrieve my bola.
What's in my eyes?
Pollen, the thing that's making you take the
Pollen.
more to things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I like put water? Like try and clean my eyes out with water? If I have a water flask?
You put some water down there as you're getting this healing. Faith is kind of helping you back up to your feet. You try as best you can to get it out, and it just won't come out. It's still blurry and shit. And I'll say you guys can also take a few minutes to refocus while this is happening.
Okay.
Look at Marion. Do you mind?
Mind what?
Look down at the snake bites. Look at Marion.
Oh, yeah. Sure. I was having the most wonderful nap.
I imagine you were. You looked worse than I've ever seen you. Worse than usual. Sorry.
Nope, that's bad. That's real bad. But,
Now that we're all conscious, why don't we go back to camp?
Yeah.
I was
like
only
that
doing it now because like I can't carry Petra. But can I carry a snake?
Sure.
Can I take the big one?
Sure.
Okay. Actually, wait. Do I want to? No, I'm not gonna do that. Never mind. I reconsidered. It's not something I would do.
All of your characters like taking trophies.
Different idea for that.
So you all kind of head back toward the camp.
Yep.
Okay.
we parked again.
You kind of take a moment to recover Petrol, so you kind of help join them over here. So as you're taking a few minutes and come over, you all come back to the camp, and people kind of like make some room for you. They're like, oh shit, like you guys look pretty rough. Fuck. And dwarven throwers are like, hey, here, have some mead. Warm yourself by the fire. That looks pretty fucking awful. Because of course all dwarves sound like Thugrin. Everyone's kind of like just really concerned about you. When you're just getting to the fire, trying to relax a bit, get these wounds off. When the two of you, or when pretty much everybody, sees two little lights that come down the surface of the water here and kind of travel along the stream, and you see these two small creatures floating above the water, and they kind of come out and just have like these small little bodies, They look almost like fireflies as they come down and come around the pond over here. And you see there are these two small, like, cricket-bodied humanoids, very tiny, only like about less than a foot tall. And you see one of them pulls out a fiddle and says, "We absolutely love the performance. We thought we might enjoy a nice song as an after-performance treat. Don't you agree, Talicia?" "Yes, Kanono, let's play!" And they begin chiming along these flutes and these instruments, and you all feel suddenly there's something trying to pry into your mind and trying to get your feet to tap. And that is where we'll pick up next time on the Extinction Curse, as these little tiny creatures, hey, oh, a nice wonderful circus, so let's do a little extra performance as an encore, as you try to recover from brutal snake attacks. Bye!